How's it going, YouTube? It's Panda time. Showing off more of my wacky decks. In this video we have the Grandracmon deck profile. It's been requested quite a bit. There's a lot of gameplay of it in the channel, so if you guys are interested in seeing how the deck functions, definitely do check out those videos. You know, when I post my matches, if you guys like the decks that I'm showing off and you want to see the deck profile, definitely do let me know, and if I get enough requests for it, I definitely will do a video. Hope you guys enjoy the deck. Thank you guys for watching. As always, we're going to start off with the babies. So I have 3 Sunamons and then 2 Pagumons. First of all, let me say that I love the box topper babies. When your eggs all look full art, it's very nice. I think a 3-2 split is correct. I just don't know which one should be which. The Sunamon is nice because we discard a ton of cards and getting an extra card draw is super good. On the other hand, the Pagumon is good because sometimes we don't have enough discard. So having an additional outlet to let us trash a card into a trash is very helpful. The extra 1k doesn't really matter. Just sometimes you need the discard target, sometimes you need the payoff for the discard, right? So they're both pretty good. Now for the rookies, we have a good amount. I believe we have 12. We have 4 Dracmon. The pre-release one is super nice. I recommend getting it. It's super cheap. We have 4 of the draw discard Gabumon, and then we have 2 Psychmons and 2 Gassimons. So it's pretty simple. The 8 rookies at the bottom are the ones that enable our decks, right? Dracmon being the star of the show, the one that you want to get back from the trash at all times. On play is going to reveal 3 cards. Note that the translation is incorrect. You actually add a card to your hand first and then trash another one. But Dracmon sets up our entire combo, right? So reveal 3, you get to add 1, trash 1. Then he gives the inheritable that lets us Digivolve into a Digimon from the trash, which is what our whole deck is about. Obviously very useful. The Gabumon is when attacking, we get to draw 1 and discard, which again is very helpful because we need those discards in the trash so we can set up our plays. Combined with the Sunamon, you know, it's draw 1, discard, and then draw 1, which is very nice. Beyond that, we have Psychmon and Gassimon. These are just generic rookies that can help against certain matchups, and sometimes when you get to bring a rookie back from the trash, depending on the matchup, you can either deny your opponent memory gain or stop them from reducing play cost. So both pretty cool, right? That's 12 rookies, and of course you know that we run 2 memory boosts, so pretty easy to open up rookie most of the times, but always some games you just will not. For the champions, we have 4 of the dogs. We have 3 Dextogurumon, 3 Blocker Devimon, and then 1 Rush Gato. So the dog, like the Dracmon, is one of the Digimons that has the inheritable that lets you Digivolve into the trash, which again our whole deck relies around this, so it's important that we have that inheritable, and therefore we play 4 of the dogs. The dog is also a dark animal, so we can Digivolve into him from the trash, which is also very helpful. The Dex Doru is kind of cool. You regularly see this in the Alphamon deck, but these guys have great synergy in this type of deck. You're going to get their effects when you Digivolve from the trash, and then when Digivolving you can, you know, get the pitch and then get the memory back. So it's really nice. A lot of times we can Digivolve into this guy from Grandracmon for free, and then use the effect to gain 1 memory and give blocker retaliation. So really good. The whole dex line works great in this deck. The Devimon is nice because he's a 1 cost, cheap Digivolution, which is important because we need to turbo into our level 6s as fast as possible. As for the Black Gatomon, he's there because he's a dark animal. So once you have a single dark Gatomon in your trash, if you need to, you can always Digivolve into it from the trash, which is good to get that final hit because the Gato has Rush. So it's very nice that we have access to this. I wouldn't change any of the champions. These are all very solid, and I like the art of the dog quite a bit. Now for ultimates, we have the star of the show. We have 4 Matadormon, then we have 3 Dexdor Gray and 1 Skull Greymon. So as always, we're running the full 4 of our basic line. The Matador is really nice because when attacking you can pitch a card to get extra DP, which is very useful. It lets you, you know, swing, and then you can sort of blitz because you're going to attack and then Digivolve to pass turn. But with the plus 3000 DP, our level 6s can essentially attack over anything in the game, which is very nice. On top of that, when you Digivolve into a Digimon from the trash, if you're Matadormon, it costs 1 less, which makes our Grandracmon only cost 3, which is very powerful. You can essentially go Matador into Grandrac for 3, get a rookie for free, and then Digivolve that rookie into a champion, all for the cost of 3 memory, which is obviously really nice. The Dex Grandracmon, again, you do get the effect if you Digimon from the trash. You also get to pitch to get the memory, which is nice. Getting to pop level 4 is good. His name is Dex Grandracmon, which is important as you see later on. As for the Grandracmon, we have a lot of draw and discard, and when you pitch the Grandracmon, you get to put him somewhere and give that stack retaliation. So it's really nice to have that extra removal if we need it. On top of that, this Grandracmon can also, when attacking, pitch a card to gain DP like the Matador. So it's another avenue for us to set up our trash to get that nice Digivolution. And Grandracmon is also undead, so all of her effects also work, and you can Digivolve into him from the trash. So really strong level 5 lineup. In BT10 we'll get Luisthepanda, which will replace some of these, but for now I think this is the way to go. Now for our level 6s, this is a Grandrac deck, so we do have the full 4 Grandracmon. We also have 2 Dex Gurumon and 1 Golfmon. So the way the deck works is that once you have a card in the trash, you can always Digivolve into it. So technically speaking, if you want to cut and make room for other cards, you could cut a Grandracmon to just have 3. Once you see one in the game, you will be good. That said, I like having it at 4 because you need to see it. Our whole deck rolls around him. So I want that consistency as much as possible. Grandracmon has 2 effects. When Digivolving, you get to play a rookie from the trash, which is very, very nice. And then at the end of the attack, you can Digivolve one of your Digimons into somebody from the trash for free. You don't pay for this effect. So with the most basic combo, you have a stack that swings, you pitch like a Grandracmon and a rookie, you Digivolve into the Grandracmon, either do security damage or swing over somebody, and then you'll get the rookie, and then you can Digivolve the rookie into a champion for free. Very, very nice. That's your initial play. But once a Grandracmon has been established and he gets to live, stuff gets really crazy. For example, if you have the level 4 and the Grandracmon survive, next turn you can manually Digivolve your 4 into a 5, like say a Matador, and then when Grandracmon swings, you can Digivolve that 5 into a level 6 for free into any of our level 6s, because Golfmon is also a Dark Animal or Undead, whichever one, but he works with the deck. So it's really, really good because at the base, the Grandracmon may be giving you 2 memory, but once you have a little bit of setup, you can Digivolve into like a Dex Doru, giving you 5 memory and proccing the effect because you Digivolve into it from the trash, right? So the Grandracmon is like an advantage machine. Any turn that Grandracmon survives, it actually gets pretty crazy. The snowball is wild in this deck. Now, the Dex Doru is really cool because, well, for starters, he's an undead, so he works with everything. When you Digivolve it from the trash, you get to pop all of your opponent's lowest level. If they only have 1 stack, even if that stack is a level 7, it's going to get cleared. And if they're going wide with 3s or 4s, he's going to clear that. It also combos well with the Dex Doru Gray. If you go into this guy, you pop their 4, then the Dex Doru will be able to pop bigger things. On top of that, this guy is base 13k, which is just nice. And then on deletion, when he dies, you can play a rookie. Now that's not that powerful, but it is nice to have. You go into this early, it dies, you get your Dracmon back, for example. But once you have 5 Dexes in the trash, which is not that hard to get because as you see, we're on the full Dex line. Once he's deleted, you can actually just play a Deathxmon from the trash for free. And that is an incredibly powerful effect. It's something that people don't really expect, or like they just don't know that the deck can do that. And it's one of our strongest plays in the mid game. We go into the Dex Doru, he dies, boom, free level 7. Actually pretty powerful. Now, the Golfmon is nice, he's just attack as a one-off, but again, he does synergize from the deck. You can Digivolve into it from the trash. When you Digivolve into him, both players have to discard cards until you only have 5 in hand. This could be devastating against some decks, like for example, the Garurumon decks where they get like 12 to 16 cards in hand. You make them discard till they have 5. It could do a lot of work. On top of that, when you discard, you get to restand one of your Digimon. So the Golfmon can work as a way for us to get extra swings and close out the game, which is pretty sweet. Now, as you saw, I do play Deathxmon. Deathxmon is our level 7. He's obviously a pretty good Digimon standalone. You see a lot of decks running this, and I'm sure if you played BT9, you have definitely lost games to Deathxmon. He's just very powerful. But as I was talking about, in our deck, he's even better, because you can always just play him for discounted cost if it's ever good, and it's good a lot of times. But the fact that we could play it for free is actually a huge deal. And as a purple deck with a lot of discard, if he's ever dead in our hand, we can just discard him anyway. So that's our Digimon lineup. The tamers are pretty simple. We just run 2 hero and 1 analog youth. So the hero is nice because there's really no purple tamer that I wanted to run. The mat could be okay, but I don't want to add cards from my trash to my hand. We kind of want our trash to be loaded and set up. So hero is good because we naturally have a bit of DP gain with like the Matador. So for example, if you have Matador, you swing, this goes to 10. You digivolve into a Grandracmon that's base 12, plus 3, you go to 15. Tap hero, you're now 17,000. So the heroes are nice. It just ensures that we get our survival because the Grandrac has to survive the initial swing to get the end of attack effect. So it's just nice to have the extra DP just in case. The analog youth is just a solid tamer that's going to help us set up our trash. And then, once our big stack is answered, we get that extra memory, which is also just pretty solid. For options, we have a little bit of everything. As I was saying, we do have 2 purple memory boost. Most of our deck is purple, this gets pretty much everything, and you definitely want to run memory boost. We have 2 jack rates because we go through our deck kind of quickly, and we are able to load up our trash with all the draw and discard that we have. Jack rate lets us extend into some pretty cool plays, and obviously it's insane in security. For removal, we have 1 Fly Bullet and 1 Eye of the Gorgon. Now, if you've seen my channel and my deck profiles, you know that I do this a lot. I feel like these are both good cards, and I don't know exactly which one is better. So what I do is I play it both as a one-off, then I'll play the deck a bunch, I'll see how they perform, and then I decide which one I want. So I'm still split on this, and I can't tell you which one is better. The idea is that Fly Bullet can answer things that are suspended, which is nice in security, but Eye of the Gorgon has an additional effect. It's like Trump Sword, the Digimon has to be unsuspended, but if you clear it, you get to play a rookie from your trash. So when you're committing a lot of memory to answer a Digimon, like if I'm paying 7 for removal, I'm okay to pay 8, pay 1 more, and then I get an additional benefit, in this case a rookie, right? But it's really just personal preference. But the idea is that we want to have jack rates and security, as well as removal in the deck, so our security is kind of okay. And our last card, we have 1 Underworld Call. Call is cool because we have so much discard. When you pitch this card, you get to draw a card, and early on in the game, when we need to find our pieces, you can, for example, have a stack that has the Draw Gabumon, so you can draw 1, discard and call to get another card, and then draw in 1 from the Sunamon. You get a ton of card draw, and hopefully you set up your plays. You can also just hardcast Call for 4 and play a champion, which is particularly good with the Black Gatomon, for example, to close out the game. But sometimes you need to just play this to get like a Devimon blocker or something to get a stack going. It is nice as a one-off, but definitely replaceable as well. If you wanted to run another Jack Raid, Removal, Memory Boost or something like that, definitely feel free to do that. I think the Grandracmon deck is pretty cool. I think it's a little bit underrated. It's one of the funnest decks. Might be maybe like my second favorite deck from the BT9 format. I have a lot of fun with it. If you guys have not tried the package, it's really explosive, and as I said, once you get Grandracmon out, you just get to go crazy with the free Digivolutions. Anyway, I hope you guys like the deck, and as always, thank you guys so much for watching.